Hello everybody, G-Bear out here homesteading the desert. It's August 21st, I think it is, 22nd. Alright, it's the 22nd and here we are in the kitchen. I want to show you, I got a few new chips in my kitchen cabinets. And I got some chips in the drawers. Now, you can see that that's all been done. And they're going to look here and you're going to see two of them sideways. Oh my God, what's that all about? Well, what that's all about is because I have a paper towel holder in here, if I tried to go this way, the screw would end up in a place where it just wouldn't be convenient. So I put them sideways. And that makes a neat little place to put a little terry cloth towel and hang it down there. Or grab with two hands and pull open at the same time. Also, because I spend a lot of time sitting in my chair right here, drinking my juice and my coffee and watching TV, those won't be anything that I can hook on. They're running the same way as my arm would be sitting on the armrest. So, that's why I did it that way. Now, the reason I didn't put a handle on that opening is because that's my tilt out. And I don't want my tilt out to stand out. So I want that to be a kind of like inconspicuous type thing. Anyway, that's what I did there. And as you can see, everything is looking good in here. All right, let's move on outside. The weather is starting to go back to normal, although, as you can see, the humidity and the monsoonal moisture is still trying to influence the area here, but that's good. It's off to the east, and that's where it's supposed to be, way off to the east. Not this close to me. It should be even gone further than that. But I looked at the forecast, and the weather looks like it's going to go back to normal here for this time of year. Low to mid 90s during the day, and mid to high 60s, I guess, at nighttime for sleeping. That sounds good to me. And what I'm going to show you is I got my trailer here because I went down to the OC and went to my friend Bill's house, and he gave me a bunch more cinder block. As you can see, my compost pile has got a front wall on it. It's starting to look like a little mini castle. Well, all of those cinder block, the reason I stacked them like that is because you see the cavities in them are all full of dirt. And that's not just regular dirt, that's garden soil from those used to surround his garden. He changed that design, so he didn't need these anymore, and when they pulled them up, they still had soil in them, so I got the soil. So I got them set up like that, so I'm going to go by with a little piece of 2x4 and knock all that soil into my compost pile, and then I'll take those back down again and use them as I need them around the compound here. All right, let's move on down. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing the watering in here. And I'm also going to be planting some things like oregano and basil and that stuff. You can see my cucumbers are just running all the way along here. They're all the way out to here now. And I've got some cucumbers hanging in there, but we're not going to go inside. My tangerines look like they're drying out a little bit. They need water badly. So I'll probably come in here and give them a little water tonight. My tomatoes over there, they're doing great. They're just jumping up, and so are my peppers. The trees here, and this greenery down here that you see at the bottom, that's purslane, P-U-R-S-L-A-N-E. And that's one of the healthiest plants that you could eat. You'll notice I've got it grown over in that pot. I've got it grown over in that pot. I've got some coming up in that pot. So I grow that stuff around here, and what I don't eat myself, you can eat that raw, you can eat that cooked in soups and stews, you can put it in a salad, every part of it, the leaves, the stems, the roots, every part of that is edible. And there's one little secret that you need to know about purslane is that, well, that's blurring with the screen here, but purslane also grows next to another plant called spurge. And they almost look alike, but they're slightly different. So those people that don't know about plants, the quick way to tell if you've got purslane and not spurge is break one of the stems. Look inside. If milk is coming out of it, it's spurge. Throw it away. That is toxic. Don't eat it. If you break the stem, look inside, and it's nice and green with no milky substance coming out, that is purslane. Go ahead and eat it. It's healthy. It actually tastes pretty good. I eat it all the time. Just when I'm standing there, if I got a little urge, I just pluck off a few leaves, pop them in my mouth, chew them down, and they're great. It also is a very good medicinal herb. It works well on your insides. So don't let that stuff, you see it growing everywhere. It grows in just about every country in the world. Don't throw it away. It's good. I mean, if you got a large amount of it, you don't need that much. Okay, have your gardeners pull it up. Otherwise, keep some around. It's always good to have. All right, nice flowers on my cucumbers. Doing good there. I'm probably not going to get much fruit except my 2 pears that are set on the tree over there for this year. I've already done my pruning, and we'll see what happens next year. I'm also going to throw another shade tarp on the other half of this thing so that I'm ready for the sun next year and live and learn. All right, the girls are all hunkering down in the shady part of their run over there. They've been producing eggs like they're going out of style. I have more than enough eggs. I was surprised at how many eggs I'd get out of 8 hens. But every other day, I do pull them out every day, but every other day, you can figure anywhere from a dozen to a baker's dozen out of those hens. All right, the reason that my trailer is still sitting here, this is going to be the exciting part. Tomorrow, I am running out and picking up materials I need to get building or get to restarting the building on my room addition. So that's going to be the upcoming videos. I know that a lot of people have been waiting and looking forward to that. I'm sorry I've had to put it aside, but with 105 to 116 degree temperatures with 30, 40, 50% humidity out here, it's just not been a workman's paradise. So now that that is all gone, I'm going to get back to building here. So that's upcoming in the next couple of videos here. You're going to see a lot movement here, a lot going on. All right, you see this white hose that's running underneath there. I've been finding that critters have been chewing through my garden hoses, especially the plastic ones. They don't really bother these rubber ones. So I'm either going to have to switch over to all rubber or those steel encased ones, because I've got another hose that runs off my gray water barrel from the kitchen down to my compost. And I just noticed today there was a hole gnawed through it, and the water doesn't get to the compost. It's dumping onto the ground halfway there. So that's going to have to be changed. I'm going to coat all of this underneath here before I put the flooring on, because it's all going to get diatomaceous earth in there, and I'm going to throw a couple of ant baits underneath there, the metal can ant baits. And if ants do get under there, I'll be pretty much controlled for a while anyway. The reason I set it up so an 8-foot long one goes that way on the flooring and ends at those boards right there is because I've got to get my shower pan in to the room and know exactly where I've got to have that drain set so I don't waste space against the walls. So that board right there is supposed to be the end piece of the bathroom area. That's the toilet and the vent here. But I might have to change those boards over and switch this so that I leave that board off over there. Or I will add 2 more blocks in there. I've got them sitting here. I've got extra wood. Add 2 more blocks in there and put the 8-foot runs, 2 of them running out here, and then 2 of the 2-foot runs on that end. One is going to be under the shower anyway, and the other one I'll be able to lift out if I have to get to the shower drain to do anything. This is all a sealed unit. Once it's glued in place, I should never have to go under there again and do anything. So I just don't know if that drain over there is going to end up on this side of the board or on that side of the board, closer to the wall, further away from the wall, or what. The toilet should be fine. The gas line should be fine for my wall heater. All of that stuff is all got to be planned into this. I just don't know what size shower I'm going to use there. And I'm going to set it up so that my door, when I put my door framing over here, I'm going to leave the door framing wider than what's needed. And I'm not going to put the interior wall in here. So when I do bring the shower down, I have no problem getting it inside and getting it over to where it's got to go. And temporarily, I'll just throw a piece of 4x8 plywood over the door opening. When I need to take it off, I'll just take a few screws out and I'll be fine. In the meantime, when the weather goes bad, if I've got the walls up and the roof on and I don't have a door in yet and I don't have the shower in yet, I can still do work on the inside like insulation, closing the outer walls in, things like that. All right, just wanted to catch you up on what was going on here. I'm going to be picking up a couple more barrels tomorrow. I'm going to put the garage door I got from my friend Bill, is 16 feet of it is going to go across that way, and 7 feet out on a 1-foot drop is going to come just before the shower, and then I'll put a gutter along that, which will pick up off the gutter off the top of the rest of the container. So all of that roofing up there is all going to go down into rain barrels. My supports for the garage door will be 3 4x4s cemented into the ground with footings, and those will be 7 foot high, and I'm going to go up 8 foot high on the container. The container is 9 foot high, and I'll come off of there with that. So that's all down the line, but it's more important for me to get going on this building part. You're going to see a lot of building coming up here now that the weather has turned a little bit more friendly, and I'm not worried about dying out here of heat stroke. G-Bear signing off.